All right. Hey, Mr. Tro, how you doing? Looks like you're having a little trouble with your screen there. What are you trying to do? Oh, it's a PowerPoint. Oh, so you got to play it from the beginning. Oh, there you go. Looks like you got it on track, huh? What are you talking about with the kids today? Oh, estimating quotients when dividing by fractions or mixed numbers, huh? That's pretty neat. I suppose you're going to want my help, aren't you? Yeah, I figured you would. Do I need to tell the kids to do anything to prepare? Nearpod. Oh, this is also compatible with Nearpod? Okay, so why don't we wait until the kids come on, and I know. I know. It's, yes, we're making a movie. Yes, we're making a movie, and Santa's coming. Sorry about that. He's all excited about seeing Rudolph, all right? So they should sign into Nearpod. Are they there already? Okay, so do you want to get moving? Good. All right. Well, here's the thing, kids. When you're estimating with fractions and or mixed numbers, you are simply going to round up or down. It's the same as rounding with whole numbers and decimals. Okay, the only thing is, though, you're going to use the numerator compared to the denominator in order to decide whether you're going to round up or round down. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know. Santa's coming, but you can see what we're working. So, back, okay? All right, so anyways, kids, do you want me to show them a model of what this actually means, an example? Oh, okay, so let's look at 2 and 5/7. Well, 2 and 5/7 means that you have 2 full units and 5/7 of one of those units. And so if we were to round this, we would look at the 5 pieces out of the 7 and say, well, 5 is, more than halfway of is past a halfway point of, in this bar. So that, 3.5 would be half of 7. 5 is more than 3/2. So we're going to round that number up to 3. So you can see that the halfway point would be somewhere right about in there, and we're clearly beyond it, huh? Right? Are we done? Oh, you have a Nearpod number 1. So you want them to actually try and round a mixed number? You think they can do it? All right, here we go. 6 and 4/9 rounds to what? All right, I'll pause the video while you let them do that. Okay. All right, well, how did they do? Good? All right, well, 6 and 4/9, if you look at the model, we have 6 full units and 4 out of the 9. Well, half of 9 is 4.5, and so you can see that the yellow is clearly not the halfway point. So it would be logical to round it down to 6. Now, would there possibly be a time, Mr. Trillo, when they would round it to 7? Oh, compatible numbers. Okay, yeah. Occasionally, the rounding gets tweaked, kids, when you're looking at compatible numbers, okay? Because that's just kind of a rounding skill sometimes, is you want to get a quick estimate, and so you look for compatible numbers as you round, all right? Okay, should we call it a day now? Are they ready to do their practice? No, you want them to do another Nearpod. Okay. Well, how about if they round 18 and 2/5? Here's what the model looks like. You pause the video. Well, how did they do? Good? Well, okay, I like the way you have 18 whole units and then 2/5 of another unit. 2.5 is half of 5, and we only have 2/5. So in this case, it would probably be best to round down, wouldn't it? And again, that would depend on compatible numbers in the division process. All right, should we give them a Nearpod? Oh, here are your steps. Here are my steps, or your steps, or their steps, or this. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get your attention. You're fine. I know. Yep. There's all the students. Yes, they're excited about Christmas too. Okay, so let's put you off. Okay. Anyway, good friend. Claire is a good friend. She's a dear to me, but she's all excited about Christmas. Sorry about that, kids and Mr. Troll. All right, so time to round some fractions and estimate quotients. And here are the steps that you would use. Pretty basic steps. You round your fractions. You decide if you're going to round them up or down. And once you decide whether to round them up or down, you then look for compatible numbers to tweak the rounding to make it even more efficient. And then you just simply divide as you normally would, okay? And what's the neat part about the rounding? Yeah, it's easier. The estimating and the rounding process makes for an easier problem versus actually doing the division of it, huh? Yeah, because then you don't have to do about cross-simplifying and all that. You're just working with whole numbers. All right? Would you like them to try a few examples, or do you want to show them an example? We're gonna show them an example. Okay, so let's take 36 and 4/9 and divide it by 11 and 7/9. Okay? And when we do this, what we're going to do is we're going to round 36 and 11 to numbers that are compatible and close to what the numerator and the denominator tell us to do. So we're going to take 36 and we're going to say, okay, well, 4/9, okay, is going to tell 36 to just round down and stay the same. Now over here we have 7/9, so they should do what? They should be rounding up because 7 is close to 9. So now we'll have 12. So we have 36 divided by 12. Those are compatible numbers, and 36 divided by 12 is 3. So a good estimate for 36 and 4/9 divided by 11 and 7/9 would be a quotient of 3. Do you think they're ready to try it on their own? I think they are too. I think so too. All right, so here's Nearpod 3, kids. Estimate an answer for 49 and 4/5 divided by 6 1/2. I'll give you a hint. You're going to need compatible numbers in this one. Go ahead and pause the video, and then when you're ready, start me up again. All right. How'd they do? Pretty good? All right. Well, in this case, we're going to take 49, and because we have 4/5, we could round it to 50, but 6 would then have a hard time rounding into 50, and this 6 is going to round to 7. So then we could just simply say, well, you know what? I rounded down here. I'm going to round down here, and then my estimate will be 49 divided by 7, which is 7. And that's a pretty reasonable estimate for this problem, okay? Do you want to have them do another one? Another example? Oh, man, you're really pushing them. All right, Nearpod number 4. 43 and 2/3 divided by 5 and 2/5. Go ahead and pause the video, Mr. Triola, and I'll clean up deer mess. Maybe not. All right, well, how did they do? Pretty good? All right, well, 43 and 2/3, and then you have 5 and 2/5. They're going to take the 43 and 2/3, and they're going to round it up to a multiple of 5, which is 45, because this 5 and 2/5 clearly can round down to 5 with no problem. That means that you're going to want to take this 43, I'm going to try this fancy pen there, okay? You're going to want to take this 43 and 2/5 and round it to a number that is compatible to 5, right? Because this 5 is clearly, it should be rounded down to 5. So your compatibility is going to originate from the 5, and you'll think, okay, what can 43 become that is close to 43 and a multiple of 5? You could round down to 40, but that'd probably be too far, so you're going to want to round it up to 45, and then 45 divided by 5 is 9. All right? Are we all done there for these kids? Are they done? Can they move on? Oh, man. Another Nearpod? All right, Nearpod 5. One more example, and then I'm done. I'm out of here, all right? Okay, there you go, kids. 37 and 1/3 divided by 5 and 7/8. Wow. Okay, that's not that hard. Compatible numbers come into play. Pause the video. All right, how did they do? Pretty well? Let's see. Well, in this case, the mathematicians are going to set it up like this. They're going to say, okay, well, clearly 5 and 7/8 should round very easily to 6. 37 you know, is kind of is a prime number, so you can adjust it to turn into something compatible with 6. So something, the nearest thing compatible with 6 is 36. That's a multiple of 6, and it's not too far off from 37. So the logical estimate here would be to make 37 1/3, 36, 5 7/8, 6, and then divide 36 by 6, and you get 6. All right. All right, well, I'm out of here, and yes, I think somebody's getting antsy and wants to go for a sleigh ride, so I'm going to take Claire. Yeah, she wants to, yeah, I know, Claire. Don't get too close to the camera. All right, yes, back to your stall. Rudolph's on his way. See you, kids. Good luck with your practice. Bye, Mr. Trill.